10 important things that must be in a good land sales agreement. If you have been involved in buying and selling land, or you plan that at one time you buy land or you sell land, please watch to the end. Don't make mistakes that are avoidable. Hundreds of people have been coming to me, and you find that the challenges they are facing could have been avoided if they simply knew what a land sales agreement should look like. These 10 things apply to any land sales agreement, irrespective of the tenure or type of land, whether it is customary land, chibanja, titled land, it doesn't matter. These 10 things should be in your agreement. If they are there, to me, that agreement is good. Even if you pay the best lawyer in Uganda, those are the things they are going to tell you. Of course, the language might be different, but the concepts will remain the same. Number one, the agreement should be clear about the type of land that you have bought. If it is private mine land, indicate it. Freehold, chibanja, kabaka's land. If it is customary land, let it be stated clearly in the agreement. Number two, you must have clear measurements or size of land. It can be in acres, it can be in hectares, it can be in meters, in feet, whatever, in decimals, as long as it is clear how much land you have bought. If it is land with a title, there is even a map, what we call a deed. It shows the size of the land. It also shows the measurements of the land per side according to the shape and also the neighbors. If it is not land with a title, then draw it manually in the agreement, and you put this side there, this number of feet or meters, and these are the neighbors. Put the names. Number three, put the location of the land. If it is titled land, then the location is indicated on the title. You have the county, block number, and plot number. If it is land without a title, then put the district, the county, the parish, village, and the cell, so that the land can be identified. Number four, put the clear details of the seller. In a legal language, is referred to as the vendor, but whether you use vendor or seller, it doesn't matter, it means the same. Put the names as they are on the national ID. Please don't put more names or less names compared to what is on the national ID. They should be identical, because when you reach at the point of transferring, that can be a problem if they don't match. So put the exact names, put where the person comes from. You can say Robert Bake of Kampala or of Kabale. If a person has a PO box, put it. But most importantly, put the NIN, National Identification Number, and also the phone number. That should help in identifying the person. Number five, in a similar way, put the details of the buyer. In a legal language, that is referred to as the purchaser. Again, the names as they are on the national ID, the NIN, PO box if the person has, the phone number, those details must be clear. Number five, there should be a clause that indicates willingness from the buyer and also the seller. Number six, there should be the consideration or the price clearly stated, and also the payment terms. If it is all to be paid at once, indicate that at the signing of this agreement, the total purchase price has been paid. Or if it is in installments, mention how much has been deposited at the signing of the agreement and the balance, how it is to be paid. If it is in cash, indicate it. If it is mobile money, indicate it. If it was through the bank, indicate the bank account details. And of course, it is important that they match those of the person selling. I shouldn't sell and then tell you to deposit money on somebody else's account. If you're going to transact in installments, then I advise that you put an exit clause, so that should the buyer reach a point and they fail or they lose interest, they know how to get out of that arrangement. Same with the seller. One of the ways of handling it is to put a certain interest that someone will pay. For example, if the buyer reaches a point and doesn't complete or loses interest or fails to pay the balance, then they can claim what they had deposited but lose a certain percentage, let's say 15% or 20% of a deposit, and it should also be clear how it will be paid. you can't deposit money and then you come tomorrow and put me on gunpoint to give you back the money. When you pay me, I use the money. So there should also be a period on when it can be refunded, and you can even say it will be refunded only after the vendor has found another purchaser. In a similar way, if the seller also changes his mind and says, I'm no longer selling, then that seller should be able to refund the money so far deposited and even add some interest, let's say 15 or 20%. Like what you put for the buyer, put it also on the seller, so that the seller also feels the pain of not continuing with the transaction. Number 8, always include a clause that shows that the land has been sold with all the developments on. So if they are crops, if they are houses, you have sold them. Don't come back to claim them. Number 9, there should be a clause in which the seller confirms that there are no encumbrances or legal reasons why this person should not transact. These include mortgages from banks if a person borrowed money from a bank or a financial institution. They include caveats, letters from complainants, court orders, any reason that can stop this person from transacting. This means that if the buyer afterwards finds there is an encumbrance that was not mentioned, yet the seller signed, then the seller can refund the person's money. That is what we call indemnity. If they come like people who say, this person, I had paid him some money to deposit on this land, or I was a tenant, the seller should be able to sort those. Lastly, number 10, there should be signatures of both the seller and the buyer, and the signatures should be on all pages. Please don't sign on one page only where your name is, because in future someone can change the other pages. So sign on every page of the agreement. There should also be witnesses signing, and witnesses should be credible people who can be relied on in case there is a conflict. Lastly, number 10, there should be signatures of both the seller and the buyer, and they should be on all the pages. Because if you sign only where your name is, in future when there is a conflict, someone can say, these other pages were changed. This is not what we agreed. So sign on all the pages and let witnesses also sign, credible people. And if it is land without a title, please let the LCs and neighbors also sign.